The more I ride this penny board, the more it makes you realize that I need an upgrade. It definitely needs something a lot more like, I don't know, a one wheel. One wheel, come on. So I reached out to them and I was like, hey, one wheel, I would be a great option for a sponsor. And they friend zoned me. They've been friend zoned by a company before. This looks like good a spot as any. So I've been doing DoorDash all day today, and I decided that today would be a good day to kind of speak for the people on behalf of myself. Because I kind of have a pet peeve. I guess it's not a pet peeve. Not necessarily because it bothers me so much as I've seen it bother other people to the point that I think it affects them to not be willing to really do this. And I think it has a lot to do with a mindset that a lot of people just don't understand. I'm not going to point out any names or anything, but a comment that I see very often in my videos happens to be something revolving around me complaining about being broke or how I should probably get a job. Sometimes they're extremely condescending and it pretty much just says, hey, stop being a bum, stop asking other people for their money and go out and get a job. And the reason that I have an issue with this is because this is a very condescending point of view, and it's a very narrow point of view, to put it, bluntly. It implies that me making YouTube videos is not work in the first place. That I'm basically just going around begging for money. I don't really see how one can put it that way, because I think most of these people have never even tried to make a video. The thing about making a vlog daily, on top of just making it in the first place, is that it takes up a lot of my time, at least to make the kind of vlogs that I want to make. The kind of vlogs where I go about my day and I record going out into the wilderness, recording being out in the forest. That is time that I am taking up that cannot be dedicated while I'm working. For example, if I wanted to film a vlog today about being out in the middle of the forest and just having a great day, I can't do that and work a 9-to-5 job. The whole notion that I'm begging for money would imply that I am basically doing nothing and asking for something in return. I think the really ironic thing about it really is that most of these people are implying that I go to a 9-to-5 job, and all that is going to a place. You're asking somebody to trade your time to receive a little bit of income. So what you're doing is you're trading time that you're spending on income. And how is that any different than what content creators do? Instead, what's happening here is I am walking up to you guys personally and saying, look, I spend my time creating these videos for you guys to watch and enjoy. I actually spend probably 8 hours or more a day, and it involves a lot of creativity. I have to go out of my way to think of a story every single day that I can then turn into a video, a little mini movie per se, that I can then present to you guys for entertainment. In return, you guys get to watch and enjoy the time that I've spent on something. The reason that I feel like this is kind of an insensitive thing to point out is because you're in fact watching my time that I've put into something, my work that I've put into something, and implying that you deserve it for free. It's almost like when you go to a fair and somebody has these little crafts that they make, like maybe a little necklace or something, and you walk up to them and imply that they need to, instead of asking money for this thing they make as a hobby perhaps, that they instead should give it to you and in return get a job so they can, make money another way. Do you see the issue I have here with this? It's like walking into a museum, seeing literal art, and thinking that that's not a real job. All they're doing is painting something, and they're getting paid for it. And the funny thing is that most of those people can't make art in the first place. It's almost like a sense of jealousy. If it's such an easy thing and you think it's so lazy, why don't you just do it? Because I actually grew up in a household where I was taught to work to earn my own keep. And because of that, I was kind of in the same thought process of, I don't deserve money unless I work for it. And I still believe in that process. The only thing that's changed now is that I had to convince myself that what I was doing did deserve a little bit of income. Because quite honestly, I appreciate any and all handouts, but I don't like the idea of feeling like I am receiving money for doing nothing. Ever since I was like 12 years old, I was always working to earn money. I was mowing lawns, doing yard work, doing all that kind of stuff, and I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. I actually paid for the Jeep with my own hard-earned money with jobs that I worked. And even every repair after that, I've worked to repair. I've done all the work myself up to this point. Even when I originally was creating the channel, I was working a 9-to-5 job, trying to get the money to go on this trip. And while I was working that job, I found out that I was honestly wasting my time. Eventually, I started realizing it would be a lot smarter for me to actually try to make money off of my hobby. It's actually kind of sad that a lot of people don't think of it this way, and this is something that I really want to be an inspiration to so many people for, because I see so many people with creative abilities that they could actually use to make money, but somebody in their lifetime, whether it be their parent or maybe just somebody who they look up to, has told them that that is not a way to make money. You need to sit at a desk and be a slave to the societal norms of working a 9-to-5 job at a desk, going to college, paying bills, only to maybe make an extra couple of bucks that you would not make doing this hobby you're doing. In turn, what you end up doing is going to work every single day, being miserable, being stressed, having to pay off bills, having to pay for rent on maybe a place you don't even like, and then you spend extra money to try to still do that hobby that you still enjoy. Half the time that could be art, that could be website building, that could be something really creative, a gift you were given, in fact, because I've actually seen people who are great at cooking, great at, art, different things, and they never actually try to pursue that as a career. Instead, they think, I have to get this job so I can be this manager, go to college, do all these things, and they're never happy with that. What I would encourage everybody else to do is to instead look at this differently. It's kind of stressful too, because it almost gives off this idea that if you enjoy something, it can't be real work. When I think that if you're not enjoying your work, you need a different job. What's the point of... Everybody has a desire to work, unless they're dealing with some kind of form of depression. Everybody has a desire to want to work. If we didn't work, we'd be bored all the time. We would have nothing to do. Everybody wants something to work on. Even kids want something to work on. That's why they play with toys. They're working their imagination to try to create something in their head. Everybody loves to work. The only difference is that some people are miserable working on something they don't even enjoy, and some people are finding a way to make the things that they enjoy doing and making money off of it. I'm creating art, entertainment in fact, for you to watch, and I'm not even demanding money. And unlike, a movie you would go watch, maybe a comedy skit, a play, something like that, where they demand money up front before you even watch the show, before even knowing if you're gonna like it or not. Instead, I'm creating content for you to watch, enjoy, and then asking for maybe just a little bit of income from you if you don't mind helping support it. That way I'm able to create more content for you. Because at the end of the day, I do enjoy this. Even before I was making money off of it, even before I had a Patreon set up, I was still making these videos because I enjoyed making these videos. And so I'm not going to demand that you pay me for it. At the same time, I don't really like the idea of somebody coming up to me and telling me that, hey, this work that you're doing, it doesn't count and you need to get a real job. Yes, I do mention a lot that I am broke, and that's a fact. In fact, I was even broke when I was working a 9-to-5 job. I was working a 9-to-5 job, trying to save up money, trying to buy things for this trip, and I was still broke. I probably will be broke until I'm rich, because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of things on the Jeep that could be huge upgrades for me that I can't afford right now. I would like to have a solar panel. I would like to have a bigger battery bank. I would like to have a dual battery setup. I would like to have a pop-up tent. I would like to have a teardrop trailer. And until I have all these things, I won't necessarily consider myself to not be broke. I'm not necessarily in a bad place or anything. I just don't have a lot of places and money. I don't have a big savings account. Like I said earlier, I do love to work. I do love to go out, make some side money. I really enjoy it. And in fact, I think these last 2 days are a good testament to that. Yesterday, I actually created 2 videos, uploaded one, uploaded the other one today, and simultaneously, I made over $100 while doing DoorDash. I woke up before the sun came up and got all of that knocked out. And then middle of the night, I drove out of town. I got my bag back from my cousins. It was a very successful day. The only difference between my work and your work is that you are guaranteed a paycheck and I am not. It doesn't mean it's not work. It just means that I'm not working 9 to 5. And at the same time, I'm trying to make a career off of something I enjoy. And to anybody who's ever, felt differently, I'm sorry to hear that, but I really think more people should really try to pursue their hobbies and try to make them into careers. A great example with that would be the radioactive Jeep crew right now. Roy and Carol They just realized that they've been spending their whole life slaving away to the same concept, and now they're about to go head out on a trip living in their Jeep, and they already have the tools they need to get out there. Carol's like the professional cleaner, and that's something she could do while pursuing her dream. They could go live in a Jeep, go live in the wilderness, and then if they need money for something, they can go work some. It doesn't mean that they don't like working, it just means that they'd rather, you know, get it done. Anyway, that's it. Have a good day, guys.